What is going on, Trash Talkers? We're back with another episode for you. In today's video, we're going to give you our power rankings through Week 11 in the NFL. All that and much more coming your way right now! Hey Trash Talkers, over 85% of you are still not subscribed to the channel. Please be sure to hit that red subscribe button and turn on notifications, as it will help us create more daily content for you. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Alright Nick, week 11 is upon us and we have a lot to get to as far as a lot of teams moving up and down and just not a lot of great football being played. A lot of blowouts and some close games, but close games that really shouldn't be. Let's get started because I just want to jump right into it. 32-31, who do we got here?
Yeah, still the same. We got the Detroit Lions at 32 and the Houston Texans at 31. Hey, the Detroit Lions finally didn't lose a game, but they haven't won a game. They tied with the Pittsburgh Steelers, and unfortunately, that is not enough to get you out of the bottom of the league. And the Houston Texans, they were on a bye, couldn't get any better from there, so they sit here at 31 as well.
Next up, we have 30 through 21, starting off with the New York Jets, the Jacksonville Jaguars, the Chicago Bears, the Seattle Seahawks, the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Denver Broncos, the New York Giants, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Washington Football Team, and the Atlanta Falcons at 21. Nick, out of these teams, which one surprised you the most this past week?
Yeah, for this week, the Seattle Seahawks blew me away for all the wrong reasons. They got Russell Wilson back, and I thought, well, I don't expect Russell to be the best he's ever been, the best Mr. Unlimited, but he was completely limited in everything he did. The Packers stymied him with every single thing he wanted to do, and this offense could not get going, putting up 0 points on the day. The Seattle Seahawks look worse than ever. I've never seen them as bad as they are. Pete Carroll might be looking for a new job, and Russell Wilson might be on the outs. Who knows? But the Seattle Seahawks, they are in a very bad spot.
You know who else is in a bad spot? The Pittsburgh Steelers, because without Big Ben Roethlisberger, who is essentially just turning to dust before our eyes, they can't do a blessed thing. I mean, the Pittsburgh Steelers were just absolutely torched on Sunday. They couldn't get the offense going. Outside of Najee Harris, you saw Deontay Johnson and all these wide receivers that they covet so much just not do a single thing. Pat Freiermuth really couldn't get going. I don't understand how you can have a 38-year-old quarterback who looks like he's 57 and he's the answer. He is the key to this team winning football games. It's not looking good for the Pittsburgh Steelers. This defense is in shambles, especially with the multiple injuries sustained by TJ Watt. Not looking promising for them moving forward. They're in a very tough division. Obviously thankful that the Baltimore Ravens and the Cleveland Browns, who we will get to, lost this weekend as well. The Pittsburgh Steelers are in absolute shambles and need to figure it out quickly. Next up, 20 through 11, we start off with the San Francisco 49ers, the Miami Dolphins moving up, the Cleveland Browns dropping all the way down to 18, the Cincinnati Bengals, the New Orleans Saints, the Carolina Panthers, the Las Vegas Raiders, the Los Angeles Chargers, the Minnesota Vikings, and the Indianapolis Colts round us out at number 11. Nick, out of these teams, which one surprised you the most?
Yeah, the Los Angeles Chargers continue to skid after that bye week. They're sitting at 1-2 since then. And going up against the Minnesota Vikings, they should have had a fairly easy road to victory with the Vikings defense playing as bad as we've ever seen it. And we saw the offense be able to put up points. But Brandon Staley, being one of the best defensive-minded coaches in the league, he can't get his defense to do anything. And we saw Dalvin Cook, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen. These guys had massive days, and there was just nothing that the Chargers could do. The offense, they're able to put up points, but now they need their defense to start doing their part.
Yeah, another team that it seems to be spiraling right now is the Cleveland Browns. I mean, coming off of the 41-point outburst that they had on offense, just moments after releasing OBJ, essentially, and he was the problem. You know, that's what all these Cleveland Browns people in the comments want to talk about, how OBJ was the problem. Baker Mayfield is your problem. You have an entire offense that can move the ball when he's not on the field. Case Keenum was a better quarterback through 1.5 quarters than Baker Mayfield is. And you can't tell me, oh, well, you didn't watch the game clearly. I was there. I watched it in person. These Browns are trash. They need to figure it out. Myles Garrett could not get pressure if it bit him in the ass. Jadeveon Clowney, I don't even think he was called all game long. Don't know where he was. John Johnson, nothing. Listen, Troy Hill, huge injury. I feel bad for him. That was a really tough thing to watch. I hope he makes a really good, solid recovery and can play the game of football again. But as of right now, it is not looking good. Denzel Ward, Greg Newsome, none of these guys were able to stop the Patriots wide receivers. You saw Nelson Aguilar, Kendrick Bourne, and Jacoby Myers going off on these guys. Hunter Henry had a field day over the middle. I thought Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah was supposed to take care of all this stuff, but it's not happening. Kevin Stefanski is not doing his job, and I can tell you exactly how I know that. Myles Garrett saying after the game that they didn't make any adjustments, whether it be on the sideline or at halftime, about how they were conducting themselves on defense. They were down 24 points going into halftime. I don't understand how you don't change anything. The Cleveland Browns are in absolute agony right now, and the Browns fans, you're a part of it as well. You need to call Kevin Stefanski and let him fix this now.
And for our top 10, starting off with number 10, the Kansas City Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs had an incredible win on Sunday Night Football over the Las Vegas Raiders. And this looks like they could start putting some together, it looks like they're starting to figure out this offense. I think that they have a fairly easy road to a division title this season with the way the entire division is playing right now. They now sit atop the division, and they're looking really solid. Hopefully they can start to figure it out going into the playoffs.
Another team that needs to start figuring it out is the Baltimore Ravens. And Nick, if you will let me, I'm going to sit on my high horse a little bit more with these AFC North teams. The fact is that the Baltimore Ravens faced one defensive set the entire second half of the game, and the entire offense was just stymied. They couldn't do a single thing. Lamar Jackson saw 8 in the box spread across the line of scrimmage, and he just floundered. These receivers couldn't catch the ball. You saw nobody getting open against 10-yard deep coverage. There was nothing that the Miami Dolphins weren't doing that should tell you that a NFL caliber quarterback shouldn't be able to figure it out. There were no concepts for slants. There were no screenplays. The running game couldn't get involved. There was nothing to get this Miami defense off of their back, and they kept coming every single play. I watched it, and I was like, this is literally Groundhog Day every single play. There's nothing that you're looking at that's different from the last play and the previous play and the play before that. The Baltimore Ravens are an athletic team, but they are not a good team, and they're going to continue to fall until they can start figuring it out mentally and stop using all of their skills just to get by.
Coming in at number 8, we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers coming off of 2 straight losses with a bye week in between. You would think coming off of a bye facing the Washington football team that lost Chase Young in the first quarter of that game, it should be an easy road to victory. Well, I guess not, because Tom Brady and the Buccaneers completely struggled in this one. They are completely undisciplined. Bruce Arians has lost complete control of this team, and they don't look like the defending Super Bowl champs right now. They look like they should be at the bottom of their division. Cam Newton is on the rise, and him and the Carolina Panthers could very well take this division at this point. I've never seen the Buccaneers with Tom Brady this bad. I just don't know if they can come back from this at this point.
Well, at number 7, we see Tom Brady's former stomping grounds, the New England Patriots, coming in ahead of Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in this one, coming off of their fourth straight victory. This New England Patriots team has figured out their identity. They are a run-first, ground-and-pound team that is going to kill you by 1,000 razor cuts with the screen game, short passes. They are going to light you up underneath, and as soon as you start to bite down, Mac Jones has the ability and the finesse to be able to hit you 26 yards down the field and hit guys deep down the field and take you over the top. It doesn't matter what you do. The Patriots have faced off against the Carolina Panthers and the Cleveland Browns, two top 10, possibly top 5 defenses, and absolutely torched them each week. This Patriots team is for real, and you talk about defenses, this defense might be the scariest one in the NFL right now. The pass rush is there, the coverage is there, and it is not looking good for opposing teams. Look out, Buffalo, because the Patriots are coming.
And coming in at number 6, we have the Arizona Cardinals coming off of a tremendous loss, albeit, yes, no D-Hop, no Kyler, and that's going to hurt you. But what surprised me the most is this Arizona defense that has so many weapons. How can they not put it together at this point? You lose J.J. Watt, and it seems like everything went by the wayside. No one knows how to play football. You guys were with each other last year. I don't know how you can't put it together in your second year together. That blows my mind, but nonetheless, the Arizona Cardinals are still 8-2. They're still atop their division, and they could very well win the conference. The Arizona Cardinals just need to get some weapons back. Maybe when they get Kyler and D-Hop, that'll spark something in the defense to fix themselves. I think Cliff Kingsbury is a great coach, but he's got his work cut out for him, and they've got a long way to go if they want to be at the top of the NFL.
Coming in at number 5, we have the Buffalo Bills, the class of the AFC East right now. But don't hold your breath, Buffalo, because while you were able to beat up on the New York Jets, you have the easiest schedule in the NFL. By statistics, you should be able to beat up on these teams, but you have some interesting competition coming. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are up on the schedule soon with 2 straight losses. They're going to be looking hungrier than ever. You have the Patriots twice. There's a lot to look forward to for the Buffalo Bills right now. We're going to really see how battle-tested they are and if they are the team who we thought they were. I think right now the Buffalo Bills are one of the best, if not the best teams in the AFC, and their record might speak for it. But like I said before, the Patriots are coming, and the Bills better not misstep. Otherwise, they might lose their spot, not only in the AFC East, but in the playoffs altogether.
Coming in at number 4, we have the Dallas Cowboys, who came off an incredible, emphatic win over the Atlanta Falcons. That's how you rebound after a terrible loss to the Denver Broncos. They smashed the Atlanta Falcons and did not hold back. Dan Quinn got his revenge. That's what a revenge game looks like. Dan Quinn got his, and the Dallas Cowboys look like the best team in all of football right now. They got Michael Gallup back. Their offensive line is getting stronger, and this team is firing on all cylinders. They don't have a single hole in their game, and they are the biggest competition right now to the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams. I think that the Dallas Cowboys sit here at 4. They could very easily be at 1 in the next couple weeks.
You just talked about them. At number 3, we have the Los Angeles Rams with the highly anticipated additions of Von Miller and Odell Beckham Jr. making their starts last night. We saw a lot of the potential that we can see with the Rams moving forward. We see exactly what this pass rush can look like. We see what Odell Beckham Jr. can do. At the end of the day, this is one of the most potent teams in the NFL. Great defense, great offense. If they can learn to stop the run, which is going to be their Achilles heel moving forward, then they'll actually be the best team in football. But they have a big component that they have to work on right now. And until I see that, I don't think that they can be better than the next 2 teams we have on this list.
That's right. And sitting at number 2, the best team in the AFC right now, the Tennessee Titans, sitting at 8-2 on the year. It's incredible that this team continues to persevere, not only without Derrick Henry, but without Julio Jones, who is now on IR. They went to face the New Orleans Saints, who are one of the best defenses in the NFL, and they were able to put up points even without A.J. Brown, who was taken away by Marshawn Lattimore. It didn't matter that their running backs are not playing up to Derrick Henry's level. Ryan Tannehill took full command of this offense, and he is ready to do his part. The Tennessee Titans look great. Mike Vrabel has gotten his defense to play the way they need to play. Unfortunately, they did lose Bud Dupree, and that's going to hurt him moving forward. But they are still one of the best teams, if not the best team in the AFC, and they are the team to beat right now.
And at number 1, you guessed it, the Green Bay Packers come in here, and listen, the Green Bay Packers, just don't lose right now. Outside of Jordan Love taking over at the quarterback position, Aaron Rodgers hasn't lost since week 1, and he's looked absolutely phenomenal. This offense, while it was a little bit of a struggle early on against the Seahawks, seemed to figure it out. You got Devontae Adams going. Aaron Jones got going. He's going to miss a couple of weeks, but we're really going to see this team for what it is without Aaron Jones. Maybe A.J. Dillon can actually get going and prove why he should be an RB1 somewhere else in the league. Either way, it's an embarrassment of riches for the Green Bay Packers. This defense, with the insane amount of linebackers and pressure that they can provide from the middle of the field, is just one of the best units in the league. I really like what the Packers have done so far. Matt LaFleur is one of my picks for potential Coach of the Year candidate.
Yeah, the Green Bay Packers look incredible, and I love the way that their defense has been adjusting. This defense has made mass improvements off of last season, and that was the biggest weakness we saw in that NFC Championship game. Now they are showing they are one of the strongest defenses in the NFL. When you look at the weaknesses they used to have, it was their rush defense. It was their ability to cover receivers over the top. And it looks like they figured that out. Kenny Clark, he's figured it out. Kevin King, he's figured it out in that secondary. These guys are playing extremely well together, and they're making offenses so confused. They make Russell Wilson look like a rookie quarterback. I'm super impressed with the Green Bay Packers right now, and I think that they could finally do it. They could finally go all the way this year.
Green Bay Packers have a tough road ahead of them, as their next 2 games are the Minnesota Vikings on the road and then taking on the Los Angeles Rams. So definitely a big test for them moving forward, but I can't wait to see what they can do. But this is the time I want to hear from you guys. Let us know in the comments down below what you think of our power rankings. Which teams do we have too high and which teams do we have too low? Let us know. All right, well, that's going to be all for now. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. We go live every single day. That'll be all. Peace and love.